per second is equal to if it were passing through a stationary plate. So it is defined as the distance through which the total loss of momentum per second should be equal to if it were a stationary plate. So that is nothing but theta. Suppose if there is a stationary plate, the total loss of momentum per second is equal to the momentum thickness. Okay. So otherwise you can say it is a distance which is measured perpendicular to the boundary, distance which is measured perpendicular to the boundary. So boundary is nothing but this is a solid boundary. So it is perpendicular to the boundary of the solid body, by which this boundary should be displaced. The boundary should be displaced in such a way that to compensate for reduction in momentum. To compensate for reduction in momentum. What for reduction in momentum is the reduction in momentum of the flowing fluid because of boundary layer formation. This is the definition for momentum thickness. So once again I'll tell you, it is a distance which is measured perpendicular to the boundary, and it should be in order in such a way that the boundary should be displaced to compensate for reduction in momentum because of boundary layer formation. Then that is nothing but your momentum thickness, and it is represented as theta. Okay, and you know what is a mass of fluid flowing per second? Already we have derived that for your displacement thickness. So through elementary strip, mass of fluid flowing per second through elementary strip is equal to rho into u into dy. Okay, then momentum per second. What is the momentum per second of the fluid? Momentum per second of the fluid inside the boundary layer is equal to this mass of the fluid rho u into dy multiplied by momentum is nothing but this mass of the fluid flowing per second multiplied by velocity. So rho into u into dy is mass of the fluid flowing per second multiplied by u, will be getting rho u square into dy. Okay, so the mass of the momentum per second of the same mass before the boundary layer formation. Suppose here before the boundary layer formation, what is the momentum? So here this is before the boundary layer formation. So hence, because of the boundary layer formation, there is some loss of momentum reduction. Okay. So now what will be this loss? So hence, your loss of momentum is nothing but mass per mass multiplied by the velocity. So this loss of momentum per second is equal to your rho small u capital U, because if the boundary layer is not formed, then the velocity is equal to free stream velocity. So hence it will be capital U. Rho into small u into capital U into dy minus rho u square into again sheet number எங்க சைன் பண்ணனும்? பண்ணிட்டீங்க அன்னைக்கு ஓப்பன்ல வாங்கிக்கிறீங்க, ஓப்பன்ல ஸ்டூவர்ட்ஸ்ல வாங்கிக்கிறீங்க, வார்டன் ஸ்டாம்பா ஓப்பன்ல இல்ல வார்டன் ஸ்டாம்பா. Rho into small u into capital U into dy into rho into u square into dy. Okay, so rho into small u into capital U is nothing but before the boundary layer formation. This is in order to perform the boundary layer. So rho into u square into dy. Now what will be this? This is equivalent to, on simplifying this, you will be getting loss of momentum is equal to rho into small u into capital U into dy minus rho into u square into dy, or this is equal to rho u into capital U minus small u into dy, or total, this is per second, so total loss of momentum throughout the boundary layer formation, this total loss of momentum will be equal to over the boundary layer thickness 0 to delta rho u capital U minus small u into dy. Okay, now if you are knowing that theta is the distance by which the boundary layer is displaced such a way that the fluid is flowing with a constant velocity capital U. Okay, so theta is a distance which is displaced when the fluid is flowing with a constant velocity capital U. Capital U is free stream velocity. Then loss of momentum is equal to, suppose if it is flowing with a free stream velocity, this is equal to rho into theta into capital U square. Okay, now equate this and this. What you will be getting, integral 0 to delta rho u into capital U minus small u into dy is equal to rho theta into capital U square. Okay, so this is theta is equal to then integral 0 to delta small u by capital U you can take out, and you can have 1 minus small u by capital U into dy, because rho get cancelled. So you'll be having small u by capital U outside into 1 minus small u by capital U divided by au into dy. This is nothing but your momentum thickness. Okay, and this is very much useful in kinetics. Momentum thickness is very much useful in kinetics. And next we are going to discuss on energy thickness, delta double star. What is energy thickness? The same definition as that of momentum thickness. Energy thickness is defined as the distance measured same way perpendicular to the boundary of the solid, perpendicular to the boundary by which the boundary should be displaced in order to compensate for reduction in kinetic energy because of the in the flowing fluid on account of boundary layer formation. On account of boundary layer formation. Same definition as momentum thickness. So it is a distance, again it is a perpendicular distance measured from the boundary in such a way that the boundary should be displaced in order to the boundary should be displaced to compensate for the reduction in the kinetic energy. Displaced for what? To compensate for reduction in kinetic energy. To compensate for reduction in kinetic energy on account of boundary layer formation. That is nothing but your energy thickness, and it is represented as delta double star. Then we will see how that energy thickness is derived. Kinetic energy of this fluid inside the boundary layer is equal to half m u square. Am I right? So inside the boundary layer it is half m into u square. Already you know what is the mass of flow. Already you know what is the mass of flow per second through the elementary strip. through the elementary strip is equal to rho into u into dy. And the kinetic energy of the fluid inside the bound layer is half mu square, or this is equal to half into m is nothing but rho u dy the whole square into u square. And kinetic energy of the same mass of fluid before entering the boundary layer. So before entering the boundary layer, what is the kinetic energy? Half into rho into u into dy into capital U square. Then loss of kinetic energy through the elementary strip will be, so what will be the loss? Then that loss will be equal to this minus that. So that will be half into rho u dy into capital U square, because this is before entering the boundary layer, this is after entering the boundary layer. Oh, sorry, inside the boundary layer. This is inside the boundary layer. Okay. So rho into u into dy into capital U square minus half into rho into u into dy into small u square. So this will be equivalent to half into rho u into capital U square minus small u square into dy. Okay. Rho into u into capital U square minus small u square into dy. So let us take, this is the equation 1. Now what is the total loss of kinetic energy? Total loss of kinetic energy is integral over the delta. This is for a small strip. So similarly, if you want to integrate, you can integrate from 0 to delta for the entire boundary layer, 0 to delta, 1 by 2 rho u into capital U square minus small u square into dy. Okay. Now let us consider that the distance by which this plate is displaced to compensate for reduction in kinetic energy, and that distance is represented as delta double star, or some books it may be delta E. So delta E or delta double star is the distance by which the plate is displaced in order to compensate for reduction in the kinetic energy. So then the loss of kinetic energy through delta E of fluid flowing with velocity, free stream velocity, with velocity capital U, is going to be half into rho into capital U into delta E into U square. Half into rho into U into delta E into U square. Okay. Okay. Now if you are equating both the equations, for it what we will be getting? Half into rho into capital U into delta E into capital U square is equal to integral 0 to delta half into rho into small u into capital U square minus small u square into dy, or your delta E is equal to rho get cancelled and your 2 get cancelled. Okay, and they will be having this u will be bringing this side. So delta E is equal to integral 0 to delta 1 by u cube into small u capital U square minus small u square into dy, or integral 0 to delta small u by capital U into 1 minus small u square by capital U square into dy. This is going to be your energy thickness and your Theta is integral 0 to delta small u by capital U into 1 minus small u by capital U into dy. This is your momentum thickness, and your displacement thickness delta star is equal to integral 0 to delta 1 minus small u by capital U into dy. So these are the three different thickness which are available for the boundary layer formation studies. Understood? Now we will see how to, from the velocity distribution, if the known velocity distribution is there, then how to estimate the different thickness. Okay, let us do one simple problem, then you can, I'll give you some assignments also in this. So let us take a small problem. Let us know. Small u by capital U is equal to y by delta, where small u is the velocity at a distance, small u is the velocity at a distance y from the plate, and at distance y from the plate. So small u is equal to capital U when y is equal to delta. Is it right? Because y is the boundary layer thickness. Am I correct? Suppose this is your free stream velocity, and this is going to be your delta. Y is equal to 0 to delta. When 0 to delta, then this is small u is y is equal to 0, small u is equal to 0. Then y is equal to delta, small u is equal to capital U. Isn't it? This is the boundary layer formation. Okay. So this problem we let us take. The distribution given is small u by capital U is equal to y by delta, and where y is a velocity at a distance y from the plate. Now find out displacement thickness delta star, momentum thickness theta, energy thickness delta E, and delta star divided by theta. Okay, so let us do delta star is equal to, what is delta star? Integral 0 to delta 1 minus small u by capital U into dy. Okay, what is 1 minus small u by capital U? Integral 0 to delta 1 minus small u by capital U is 1 minus y by delta into dy, or this could be y minus y square by 2 delta into integral 0 to delta. Then substitute the limits, upper limit and lower limit, will be getting delta by 2 is the answer. So your thickness for the velocity distribution of y by delta, your displacement thickness is delta by 2. And similarly, next is momentum thickness theta. So theta is equal to integral 0 to delta small u by capital U into 1 minus small u by capital U into dy. Then substitute 0 to delta small u by capital U is y by delta into 1 minus y by delta into dy. Upon simplification, 0 to delta y square by delta minus y square by delta square into dy is equal to, again 0 to delta, if you substitute, you will be getting I am just multiplying inside this, I am multiplying. Then if you are integrating, not y square, this is y only, this is y by delta minus y square by delta square. So upon integration you will be getting y square by 2 delta minus y cube by 3 delta square. Then limits 0 to delta, you substitute upper limit, lower limit, then you will be having delta square by 2 delta minus delta cube by 3 delta square. Okay, and again if you substitute 0, again that is going to be 0. So this will be delta square, these two delta by 2 minus delta by 3. That is delta by 6. So theta is going to be delta by 6. Now what is for energy thickness? Delta E is nothing but integral 0 to delta small u by capital U into 1 minus small u square by capital U square into dy. Now integral 0 to delta y small u by capital U is y by delta into 1 minus y square by delta square into dy. And again this is 0 to delta y by delta minus y cube by delta cube into dy. Upon integration you will be getting y square by 2 delta minus y power 4 by 4 delta cube. Then with the limit 0 to delta. So on substitution of the values we will be getting delta by 4 is nothing but your energy thickness. Okay. So delta by 4 is nothing but your energy thickness. Okay. Now what is the fourth component? Fourth component is fourth part of the last part of the problem is delta star by delta star by theta. Delta star by theta is equal to delta by 2 divided by delta by 6. So that is going to be 3.0. So this is the fourth part of the problem. Okay. So if the velocity distribution is known, you can find out what is delta star, what is theta, what is delta E, and any combinations of the various thicknesses. That is also possible. Okay. And you please take down these problems and try to work out tomorrow. For tomorrow's class we can bring the answers. Okay. Now there is the only equation called von Karman equation. We will be deriving the von Karman equation. I think if we start now, we will be unable to finish it. Anyway, I told you one extra class today, right? Today we are having class, right? I'm not hearing anything. Wednesday I told one extra class, am I right?
Ma'am, today we have minor and CT also.
Minor?
Minor class and CT also at 4.
You didn't tell me on Monday. Monday I told you, no? Von Karman equation for boundary layer is mainly useful for finding the wall shear stress and drag. Wall shear stress and drag can be estimated or can be obtained by using von Karman. So usually it's not von Karman, it is von Karman. When though the spelling is VON, we need to pronounce the name as von Karman equation for boundary layer. Okay, and it can be used for both laminar as well as turbulent boundary layers. The von Karman equation is laminar as well turbulent boundary layer. It could be used. Let us consider at what time we can have. Shall we have at 6 o'clock? Now let us consider there is a flow, free stream flow. This is the boundary layer. Let us consider a strip A, B, C, D. And this is a thin, smooth plate. So this is a small element of boundary layer, and the edge DC represents the outer edge. This is the outer edge. Okay. And what is the mass rate of fluid which is entering through AD? Which is entering through AD. Mass rate of fluid which is entering AD is equal to integral 0 to delta rho into U into C dy. Already you know this. Then similarly, mass rate of fluid entering the control volume through the surface, entering the AD and leaving BC. So leaving BC is, what is the mass rate of fluid which is leaving BC? Integral 0 to delta rho into U into dy plus d by dx of integration of 0 to delta rho into U into dy into dx. Small rate of change of along the x-axis about the mass flow rate. That is going to be the leaving BC. Okay. And then what will be the mass rate of flow entering the control volume? So this is suppose taken as control volume. So then what will be the mass rate of flow inside the control volume? That is going to be BC, which is mass rate of fluid which is through BC minus mass rate of fluid through AD. So if we are deducting equation 2 from 1, then you will be getting what is the mass rate of fluid actually present in the control volume. Okay. So this is equivalent to integration of 0 to delta rho into U into dy plus d by dx of integral 0 to delta rho into U into dy into dx minus integral 0 to delta rho into U into dy. So these two things will get cancelled. So what you will be having, the remaining thing is only d by dx of this component. Okay. Then the fluid is entering through DC with a uniform. So suppose I am assuming that there is a uniform velocity capital U and it is entering through DC here. DC is this portion. Okay. So fluid is entering through DC. And what is the momentum rate of fluid entering through this AD? AD is momentum. If I am calculating momentum, this is mass rate of flow. And what is the momentum? So our mass rate of flow or you can say momentum rate of fluid in the control volume is going to be integral 0 to delta rho into U square into dy, because rho U into dy multiplied by velocity will be getting rho U square. Okay. Then mass of the fluid, this is entering. Similarly leaving, this is entering AD. Similarly leaving BC is going to be integral 0 to delta rho into U square into dy plus d by dx of integration of 0 to delta rho into U square into dy into dx. Okay. Now what is the momentum rate of fluid which is entering the control volume through DC in the direction? So that this we are deducting 2 and 1. So we will be getting into d by dx of integral 0 to delta rho into U square into dy into dx. Okay. Now what is the rate of change of momentum? Now what is the rate of change of momentum of your control volume is going to be momentum rate of flow through BC. BC is other side. BC is from the leaving minus momentum rate of flow through AD minus momentum rate of flow through DC. DC is from the top. Okay. So from the top if you are taking, then the momentum rate of fluid through DC is BC, AD and DC. Okay. Then if you substitute all these three, then you will be getting the equation as rho into d by dx of integral 0 to delta small u square minus small u into capital U into dy into dx. This is what you will be getting. Okay, this is the momentum rate of change of momentum of a control volume after substituting momentum rate of flow through BC, AD and DC. So because there is a possibility that AD also can come, BC is leaving, AD is again entering minus and DC is also again entering minus. Because BC is leaving, then this rate of change of momentum on the control volume must be equal to the total force on the control volume in the same direction. And this should be equal to our total force in the same direction. The only external force which is acting on the control volume, what could be the only external force? It could be only the shear force which is acting on the base AB, because AB is base, this is a solid surface. So only force which is from the base AB in the direction B to A, and that too in the direction of B to A. Okay, and because of the shear force, the drag, because of this shear, the force what you are getting, this is nothing but your drag force, and the drag force is going to be delta FD is tau naught into dx, where tau naught is the shear stress, and the total external force in the direction of rate of change of momentum is equal to minus tau naught into dx. Okay, thus the total external force in the direction of rate of change of momentum is equal to minus tau naught into dx. So this minus tau naught into dx is must be equivalent to the previous equation, rho into d by dx of integral 0 to delta small u square minus small u into capital U into dy into dx. Or you can write tau naught is equal to minus rho into d by dx of integral 0 to delta small u square minus small u into capital U into dy into. So because this dx again gets cancelled out. Okay, then you can integrate and then differentiate. So final form what you'll be getting is tau naught by rho into rho into u square is equal to d by dx of integral 0 to delta small u by capital U into 1 minus small u by capital U into dy. This is the final form you will be getting. And what about this? This entire thing is replaced by theta, momentum thickness, and hence tau naught by rho into u square is going to be d theta by dx, because this entire thing is nothing but your theta. Hence tau naught by rho u square is equal to d theta by dx. And this equation is called von Karman momentum equation for boundary layer flow. This is a shear force equation for boundary layer flow. This is more important equation. It is applicable for both laminar as well as turbulent flow. Okay. Now, what are the boundary conditions we are going to consider now? the following boundary conditions may be assumed. So at the surface, then y is equal to 0, small u is equal to 0, and du by dy is finite value. And at the outer edge, when y is equal to delta, small u is equal to capital U, and du by dy is going to, because there won't be any slope. So du by dy is equal to 0 at the outer edge. Okay. So therefore, the shear force tau naught for a given velocity profile in laminar transition or turbulent zone can be obtained. So what is that drag force? So generally we can say delta Fd is nothing but shear stress, because if it is drag force, then it is shear stress multiplied by area, and shear stress is nothing but tau naught into area is the total breadth of the plate multiplied by dx is nothing but a small thickness dx into dx. So this could be tau naught into v into dx. And what will be the total drag force? Total drag force Fd is equal to integration of delta Fd, or integration of, this is for the total length, integration of 0 to L, total length of the plate. This is the length and breadth of the plate. Okay, this is the length of the plate, this is the breadth of the plate. So this is the boundary, this is the solid surface, these are the solid plate surface. Okay, now the total drag force is integral 0 to L into tau naught into V into dx, and the ratio of shear stress tau naught, okay, the ratio of shear stress tau naught divided by half rho u square is known as local coefficient of drag. Generally, tau naught by half rho u square is called coefficient of drag, CD. This is the definition. The CD is nothing but coefficient of drag. This is the drag force and this is the drag coefficient. And if you are dividing, if you want to know average drag coefficient, CD star, then that is equal to Fd by half rho A u square. Okay, that is nothing but your average coefficient of drag. The previously we called as local coefficient of drag. This is CD star is local coefficient. This is CD. CD star and CD star is tau naught by half rho u square. CD is Fd by half rho AU square, and Fd is integration of 0 to L tau naught B dx. Okay, and what is the other equation? Von Karman equation, tau naught by rho u square is equal to d theta by dx. These are the things which we have discussed now. Okay, and for any velocity distribution, you can find what is your delta. For boundary layer thickness, delta tau naught shear stress, then you can find CD star, then you can find CD for any laminar boundary layer distribution. So all those things you can estimate for any velocity distributions. So for the given velocity distribution, you can find all these parameters. Okay, and you can go through the books for the different velocity distributions. Maybe one or two distributions you can try as a homework. I can give you some problems. Maybe you can note down and calculate the different displacement thickness, energy thickness, and momentum thickness. Can we have today class? Afternoon? Afternoon, one more class.
Ma'am, we have chemistry.
You have? Then tomorrow we have lab, right? Afternoon. Then what about Friday? Hmm? I'm not getting any new voice from anybody. Okay, I'm closing here. You please discuss in your class and let me know. Correction is done. I think I can post the result. Few corrections are there, right? So that can be posted in our descriptive paper has to be corrected and given. So that is pending. Okay, let me close here and you will see the remaining things in the next class.